Hi, and thanks for coming to today's Smart Play workshop. In this workshop, I'm going to teach you about 4 different areas. 1, I'm going to teach you how play affects brain development. 2, I'm going to teach you how the 5 senses are important in play and brain development. 3, I'm going to teach you about child development skills and how they are utilized in play. And 4, I'm actually going to show you how to do smart play with your children. So first thing I want to let you know is that how play affects brain development. Did you know that your child's brain is developed 80% by age 3 and a whole 90% by age 5? A parent is a child's first teacher, so that just shows you how much impact you have on your child's development. What does a baby do? Not a lot of jobs for a baby. They pretty much eat, they sleep, they poop and pee, and they play. Who do they play with? Mom and dad, you. You're the most important aspect of their development, and that is why parents have such a lasting impact on their child's overall development for the rest of their lives. Why are the 5 senses important during play? Well, studies have shown that using the 5 senses and activities actually increase memory retention, which actually increases your child's learning. And what are the 5 senses? We're talking about the sense of sight, sound, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. The more senses that are engaged in an activity, the more areas of the brain that are actually active. And the more active areas or lobes of the brain, the more neurons that are connected, thus increasing brain development for your child. Now, when you're playing and you're looking at your child's child development skills, the areas that you want to make sure your activities are increasing for your child are going to be cognitive skills, language skills, motor skills, and social emotional skills. So let's get down to it. How about I show you how to do some smart play with your children? First thing I'm going to show you is a ball. A ball is a great toy. A ball lasts from a newborn all the way up to an adolescent. There are balls that are spiky. There are balls that are big and round. There are balls that are crunchy and soft. There are balls that bounce. Balls do a lot of different things. Another great toy for your children, books. Last again from infancy all the way through to adolescence. A book can be an amazing tool for your child. Not only does it give them interesting pictures to look at, a lot of them have different textures and different topics. Another great toy, blocks. I cannot emphasize blocks enough. When they're young, children love to chew on them, munch on them, touch them, bang on them, see the different sounds that they make. As they get older, they start working on sequencing and balancing, stacking one on top of another. And then eventually, they're going to start moving into blocks that work with imagination play. They're going to help foster creativity, language skills, and problem solving. Another toy that all children love, bubbles. Bubbles are simple. Everybody has bubbles, and every kid loves bubbles. Bubbles are great for infants. They love to watch them move around. As your child moves into a toddler, it's a great activity to get them up, moving around, do some motor control with trying to pop the bubbles. And for preschoolers, they can actually work on the oromotor skills of blowing the bubbles and even coming up with some imaginary, really great creative play activities like my kids love to play bubble tag, where one of them blows bubbles and the other one tries to chase away from them and not get touched. If they get hit by a bubble, then they're it. So what I'm going to show you is a smart play activity with shape sorting for starting. So you have your typical shape sorter. Obviously, one of the skills that your child's going to get from this play activity is going to be putting the shapes in the hole, which has to do with spatial perception. But what are some ways that you can make this more fun or utilize other areas of development with this? Well, you can talk to your child about the shapes. Get them to talk to you about what they see. Even if it's an infant, just getting a oh, ah type sound is really great on working on the communication skills. What do you see? What do you see? Is that green? Is that a green diamond? Where does it go? Does it go here? Nope, it doesn't go here. It can go in here. So in that little interaction I did, I worked on cognitive development with problem solving. I did communication skills by talking about what I was doing, imitating some sounds that my child would be making. I worked on motor control with fine motor, with being able to place an object into a hole. And I worked on social emotional by showing my child that interacting with them was important to me, that their attention was what was important to me. So now let's do one with a ball. You have a ball that you're playing with your child. What are some ways that you could interact with that ball and use the 5 senses and utilize child development skills in it? Well, you could talk about the ball, talk about the colors, the texture, what do they see? Let them touch the ball to work on touch. You could let them hear the sound of the ball if it makes a squeaking sound, or in this case, a crunching sound. Talk about what they hear. For an infant, they're going to mouth the ball, so you can let them texturize it and put it in their mouth and find out what it kind of tastes like. And I don't really think you're going to get much smell out of this activity, but you don't always have to get all 5 senses involved. As many senses as you can get involved in an activity, the better. So now my challenge to you is to go home. Check out whatever toys you have. It can be a shape sorter, blocks, balls, books, bubbles, baby doll, any toy you have. And I challenge you to go home and think about when you're playing with your child. How can I get them to use their different senses? What things can I do while I'm interacting with them to get them to use their cognitive skills? What can I do to help increase language skills, motor skills, social, emotional? Because it's all about you and your interaction with your child to make sure you're doing some smart play. Thank you.